Alright, so let's take a look at these pictures and figure out how to understand the body a little more through astrology and chakras, how to relate it to our own astrology chart here. I've just picked the astrology chart for the current day. This is in Beijing, China. And also how to tonify these certain areas. For example, maybe you have an anxiety disorder which relates to the solar plexus. It relates to the adrenals, which is the Martian center here. The Scorpionic center. You can tonify that. Similarly, if you have a bladder problem, you could use Sagittarius, which is the Jupiterian Center. If you have a speech problem, which is Mercury, which is also related to Gemini here, or a vision problem, for example, that relates to the Sun and it relates to Leo, you can tonify them with the exercises that I'll give. So let's first look at this picture. Now, I got this picture from Foster eBay. You see it's got all his little tags on it. He probably just swiped it from the internet. Maybe he did some editing. I really don't know how he came across this picture or if he made it or not. Anyway, let's first take a look at this. So hopefully you know how the chakras work. You have the root chakra at the bottom, which more or less encompasses the anus, the genitals, the perineal area. It's reproductive and survival. You have the sacral region, which is the bladder. To some extent, it's also the genitals. You have the solar plexus, which is the small intestines, and the adrenals and the kidneys around the guts and a little bit above the guts, or the belly area. You have this heart's chakra, which is your actual heart and your lungs and the chest. The throat, which is the throat and the mouth, and the third eye, which is within the mid-head, and also the eye. And you have the crown, which is the top of the head. Starting around here, excuse me. Now, if you look at a normal, let me grab my pen. 1 second. If you look at a normal astrology chart, it looks a bit like this. And at the top, you will see Leo and Cancer. Okay, so right here at the top we have Leo and Cancer. Leo being the front of the body with the eyes. So anything to do with looks and beauty and style and fashion and ego and how you're presented and how you look, how you want to look on social media. Do you want to have a really nice pretty profile picture and a nice pretty, do you want to take nice good pictures of you, all that kind of stuff? That's Leo. And how do you want to present yourself as in an egotistical way? So that would be the front of the face, the front kind of portion here. Okay, specifically the vision. Now the moon, here we have Cancer, the moon, or Cancer, is at the back here, the back of the head, which relates to memory, it relates to dreams, intuition. It's the subconscious aspect. For Mercury, which is, so this is, here we have Gemini, here we have Virgo. So you see how it splits like that. It kind of does that. Like it's like the body is like the astrology wheel, so to speak. If we, just like that. So I hope you get what I mean by that. The front is Gemini. They like to talk, they like to read, they like to can deconstruct language and memorize, you know, so they're interested in words and science and all that kind of stuff. Geminis make very good, or if something's aspected in it, it makes a very good aspected here or in a planet here. Makes the person a very good singer, very good musician, very good rapper. Tupac, for example, has things on Gemini, you know, very good lyrics. If you listen to Tupac's lyrics. Donald Trump is a Gemini, his son. By the way, Tupac, I think he had Mercury in Gemini, so Mercury in Gemini is very good. Yeah, Donald Trump's son in Gemini, very radiant speeches. The sun, the solar force goes through his mouth, you know, so to speak. And the back we have Virgo. Virgo is more of a calculating, more of a slow, more of an analyzing intelligence. Virgo is more the deconstruction, the what's behind, you know, you have the car and then you have the engine of the car. You have the computer and then you have the computer parts. Virgo is much more that. You know, very intelligent people, Virgo, but it's a slow intelligence, and it relates to the back part of the neck, the back. So if you have, you know, a spinal problem or pain here, it could be, you know, related to that, over analyzing and such. Next, front of the chest is Libra. So we have Taurus here, Taurus and Libra. Again, see how it does this, so it's just slowly going down. So front is Libra, and this is the Venusian or Venus center of the heart. Libra, all about love and compassion and beauty and kindness and equality. It's such a nice, lovely sign. And the front of the chest, the energy here, this is the radiance of love, the pushing forward out of it, you know, the exposure of love. While Taurus is a more stable Venusian sign, so more constructive and supportive sign. You know, the back of your body is a very strong area, all these muscles here, and this is where Taurus lies, is the back of the shoulders and, you know, the upper back, essentially. Very supportive for the body. Down here, around the solar plexus and the belly, we have the Martian center. Again, Aries is here, and Scorpio is here. Another one of these opposite things. They're opposites. So you've got the opposites of Mars, the opposites of Venus, the opposites of Mercury, Sun and the Moon, which are, you know, two different planets, but they are the opposites. And also the yin and the yang aspects of everything. These are the yin ones, which is kind of contradictory because the back of the body is yang, but everything is in opposites. So yang will express yin, while yin will express yang, so to speak. So internally something is yin, externally it's yang. It works in that way, so to speak. So the front of the belly, if you place yourself at the front of the belly, you'll get that, you know, my voice, I don't know if you can hear that, but my voice is getting louder. That's how they do the Kiai. You know, Aries is very, it's projection of energy. It's a lot of power and strength. You want more power and strength, you tonify the front of the belly. The back, as I said, this relates to anxiety. Scorpio people, very anxious people if they can't control themselves. Same way Mars are very aggressive if they can't control themselves. This is more the immature aspect of these people, or the bad aspect. You know, the back it holds a lot of hidden strength. A lot of your anxiety is that tension, that jolt of energy, while the front side is more a little bit of a slower, a little bit of a more progressive, a little bit of a more applied force, while the back is just that twitch, twitch of anxiety. A lot of deep secrets and dark emotions are held in the back here. Next is the Jupiterian Center, which relates more to the bladder. Now the front of the lower belly, and I believe the genitals as well, is related to Sagittarius. I'm not sure if the genitals relate to Aquarius. I think maybe Aquarius relates to the gonads, maybe, or the perineal area. I'm not sure. And maybe the either penis or vaginal organ might relate to Sagittarius. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, the front of the body the front of the bladder is about that regeneration, that stimulation of energy. Like if you eat an orange, or you eat honey, or you eat one of these very energetic kind of foods, that kind of relates to it. It's an expansive, it's got the Jupiterian expansive kind of, like, that's why travelers relate to that, because they always have that expansive energy, that they're always moving from place to place. It's always always fun, lots of fun, all that kind of stuff. And the lower back is related to Pisces, a fairly subconscious place, just like the moon, but it's that expansive subconscious. It's healing, relates to healing, relates to relaxation. If you do a lot of work, your lower back will be sore. If you have you around a lot of bad vibration, for example, like actual vibration, it could hurt the lower back. This is a nice place to retreat into, to just it's very relaxing right now. Pisces, it's a lovely energy. It's one of my favorites. And then the root chakra, which is a Saturnian center related to the bowels, the front part. Aquarius potentially could also relate to the legs as well. I'm not quite sure. And as I said, potentially the gonads. Again, I'm not sure on this one. This one I'm a little bit funny on. Definitely the tailbone and the butt and the anus is related to to Capricorn. The releasing, or the lack of releasing, because a bad quality of Capricorn is to keep in the bad. You can look a lot at governments. Once they get power, they don't like to get rid of it. Once they put in a rule that's bad, they don't like to get rid of it. That's the negative side of Capricorn. While the good side is morality, strong morality. A person who has a strong butt has a strong moral person, I guess you could say. Right, now that we've gone through that, and again, this would be Pisces and Sagittarius here. So again, that thing, and the root, the bottom here is Aquarius and Capricorn. So this is an astrology chart which you've got to make your own. I recommend you make sure to enter the correct location of birth, the correct city or town, and the correct time of birth, so the correct day and the correct hour, and if you can get it, the correct minute. If you can't get the minute, you don't have to worry too much. There will only be a slight variation, but you do want the hour, because you get the correct. This is where the ascendant is. See this? You've got this line here, and you got the midheaven here. Okay. You need to know the ascendant. Now, on this chart, first house is here, second house is here. So how are we going to do this? Alright, first house relates to personality, to the person themselves. Technically, I guess 5 can kind of relate to personality a little bit, but yeah, we'll just say first is kind of personality, the person, who you see them for, the ascendant, who you're going to notice a person as first. It's in Aquarius and Pisces, so around these areas. So if this person who was born then, today in China, Beijing, China, their personality is related to these areas here, and if they are injured, if they are sick, then their personality is going to suffer. So you want to find your ascendant, your first house, what sign, what areas, what astrology houses are in or signs are in the first house, and what planets are in it as well. What kind of influences it. because the planets are the chakras. So the Jupiterian chakra will influence, the bladder will influence their personality. So this person's going to be a very very good kind of very internet-based person, very kind of almost alien-like, very almost a little bit psychic. And they also got Neptune. You're very psychic. People might think they're a bit mental, a little bit, you know, not crazy in like a scary way, just crazy in like a very fantasy-esque way. It's not bad. It's not bad personality, I guess. It's terrible for surviving in society. But you know, if this person was your friend or your partner, and they could manage their money enough, then they'd be a right person. Second house is more based on possessions, and it's where Taurus originally would sit, so to speak, but of course because the houses change. So this would be at Aries. So if their stomach was sick, they would probably start selling their possessions or have not many possessions if they had a weak stomach. They would also have maybe the desire to get more material possessions, but it would be an anxious desire. So maybe it would be like quickly gotten, quickly lost, so to speak. Let's look at another interesting thing. So let's look at relationships, or marriage, I should say, more intimate relationships and marriage. Now this person's intimate relationships and marriage is in Leo and Virgo, which is here and here. So they would, and they have no signs, no, whatchamacallit, what do you, no planets here, which is okay. So we want to look in their body for the back of their throat and also their vision and eyes. So the more they kind of heal and get to know and get in touch with the back of their throat and their eyes, so their faculty of analyzing and their faculty of looking. So this person very maybe computer internet based, maybe they would have to analyze and look at a lot of like people online or something like that, or maybe during their work they would have to be very analytical, and they would also like beautiful people. You know, if they're men, they're like very beautiful women who are maybe very radiant and very they look after their appearance a lot. And Leo is more of a done up kind of beauty. It's not a fertility beauty, but I guess Virgo is somewhat a fertility beauty to an extent. Pisces, of course, and Cancer are more the fertility kind of beauty, or they're more, well, I guess the earth signs like Taurus are actually that. Yes, but this is more, you know, clothing and makeup and how you present yourself, you know, on social media. So that's kind of their relation, their kind of marriage. Or if it was a man, it would be like how it's like a bit of a flair or flamboyancy for Leo. It's a bit of, you know, how cool, how much of a leader is he, all that stuff. Let's look at another one. So work for them, they've got the Sun and Mercury in work, and also 10th house, which is more morality, it's education. So they have a bit of drive for that, but education is in Scorpio and Mars is there. So maybe they have a lot of drive for education, but it's a secret one. They study occultism or something, or they study secret things. Maybe they study like computer networking or something to, you know, hack a McDonald's server or something, I don't know. It's hidden, whatever it is, and it relates to that part of their body, that back there. So whenever they kind of get into reading a book or learning something online, you know, reading another Wikipedia article, they get anxious, but they get that drive for it. Similarly, they're Sagittarius down here, the front here, they've got that expansion for their career. They want an expansive environment. So they want an environment where they travel, and their heart, their sun is their kind of focus. The sun, the focus part, is directed there. Their Mercury, the throat. So they speak a lot about it. They research a lot about maybe new places to travel, something like that. So yeah, that's how you want to do it. You want to break up, look at the houses, break up the houses. Here we see this person's houses, and look where they are in the body, and where they are in the body relates to, you see here, 4th house of home is in the throat. You want to feel your throat. If your 4th house is in what do you call it, this one, Gemini, if it's in Gemini, you want to feel your throat and feel how it kind of relates and makes you feel about home. And if your throat, the front of your throat is injured, then maybe your home situation is bad and you want to tonify. Now let's get into the tonification exercise. I was actually supposed to end the video, but I forgot. I'm going to teach exercises. Alright, so now that we know the basic chakras and we know the basic planets and the signs attributed to them, and the signs and planets attributed to the body, and we know the basics of the astrology chart, let's look at how to improve this within ourselves. Okay, exercise number 1, focusing on the chakra or the internal center related to the houses, the astrology signs that you want to help. For example, if you want to improve your Taurus and your Libra energy, you focus in the heart, you meditate there. If you just want to improve the Libra energy, you focus on the chest, the breast region. If you just want to improve the Taurus, is that why women have big boobs? Do they have a lot of, yeah, let's give us some. Nice. Do they have a lot of Libra energy? I don't know. I think it also relates to Cancer, because Cancer is actually the breast. So this is just one model, but yeah, I don't know. I think women with a lot of Cancerian energy, because that's also fertility, that's also water. They have, yeah. Side note, anyway, that'll be for another video, maybe. How to increase your organ sizes. So if you want to focus on Taurus, you focus on the back here. Again, if you want to, you have some anxiety disorder, you focus on the mid back, what we call the Ming Men, so the kind of mid back behind the belly. So you focus on either the chakra or either the area. Now if you want to strengthen this place a bit more, because the focus is more of a yin, it's more just getting the blood circulation there and the energy circulation there. If you actually want to strengthen this area, like you have a weak bladder or something, which relates to you know, this area here, but mainly the Jupiterian Sagittarian Center, you will focus on the front of the bladder, the front of the belly, the lower belly, and tense, 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 push out, push out, push out. Or the front of the head, the eyes, you look at your eyes and you'll tense, 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 tense the front, this whole front area, and you kind of open the eyes, look, like as if you're like popping your eyes and you're looking. Or you do a continuous, you stare at something, you stare really, I'm staring at this eraser right now, really deeply and really strongly, and you relax, and then you stare at it again, and then you relax, and you stare at it again. Same way with the belly, the Martian, the Aries, you tense the belly, I'm tensing my belly, and then you relax, or you do breath of fire, you tense, 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 tense. Or you can tense the whole chakra area, doing that with my belly, and that helps, you know, the whole Martian center. Or you hold, you tense the front and the back and the middle section, and you relax. You can do it with your throat, you tense the throat and the neck, relax, or you tense, you pulse it, pulse, and relax, and that is how you tonify these points. Doing both of the yin and the yang one. I recommend you do the tension exercise, okay, and then you relax, and then you do you kind of passively focus on that point throughout the day. And you don't want to over focus. If you over focus, you'll overstimulate it, and you'll get problems. So just remember, if you focus too much or you exercise too much, you will get some problems. So just focus on the whole body, just relax and relieve it. But doing a few hours of focus, you should be okay. Anyway, that is how to understand and tonify these centers. I hope you've got something from this, and I hope it helps you, because you say if you have a weak bowel or weak bladder or weak genitals or whatever, it's a horrible thing. If you can't pronounce words and you talk like this and you can't read or something, it's horrible. If you have weak eyes, these are the things. This is how you get rid of glasses, for example. You don't need glasses. I found, from learning the Chinese kanji characters, from learning Japanese, that my eyesight is a lot better, because I had to look at these tiny little complicated characters, and I learned how to draw them and all that. So I just got better eyesight from that. These are the little secrets that you won't learn from a doctor, because this shit, of course you can sell this to make, you can sell a book to make money off it, but once people learn these exercises of how to heal themselves, how to tonify and strengthen themselves, it's free, it's easy, it really works, and it really helps you. You don't need pills anymore for an anxiety disorder. You just need to strengthen the back area where the kidneys are. You didn't need to take some drug to make you feel able to express yourself artistically, or able to express your words or something. You can just strengthen them through focus and through tension exercises. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and I hope you got something out of this. Of course, check the links in the description. Feel free to email me if you want to do some kind of, you want to do a podcast or a talk, or you want to talk to me, or you have a marriage proposal, or you have a business proposal, whatever it may be. And of course, feel free to donate down below, or feel free to buy some books. I have it at Gumroad, and also I have at Fiverr if you want some divination services. Otherwise, of course, have a nice day, and I hope you get some value and knowledge and heal your body and strengthen it more out of this. And of course, have a nice day. Goodbye.